It's getting cold out here. If Tanjiro wants to show up and do like the fire dance to help keep me warm, I'd appreciate it. But with that said, hello everybody. How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to what I guess is our weekly Demon Slayer Season 2 discussion videos. Today we're going to be talking all about Episode 5, move forward and figure out what the new stuff is, all the new things in this week's episode. But before we get to the video proper, quick reminder if you haven't done so yet, to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, set notifications to let all of AniTube know that you're here. Don't forget to boop that up snoot if you haven't yet, by the way. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into Move Forward, Episode 5 of Season 2. And this might be like the most just the movie it's been in a while. There is, I think, 4 new things in total. I don't know if what I used on the thumbnail. I think it's probably the shot of Rengoku holding up the number 5. I kind of lied. It's more like 4. But yeah, there's 5 things to talk about. Well, technically 6. But yeah, there's like 5 things to talk about this week. So it's not, and it's episode 5. So I didn't technically. It's not a complete lie. But yeah, let's talk about them in order, shall we? So the first thing that happens this week is we get to see this really cool spinning shot to open the episode, showing Enmu being shocked as Tanjiro charges towards him. And this shot is legitimately super cool. I think of the shots we get this week, and honestly of the added scenes outside of the entire anime original episode with Rengoku, this is probably the most interesting of the new shots, is this shot of Enmu just sort of staring at Tanjiro as he charges forward. It's the thing that I would be like, oh, that is cool. I kind of wish that was in the movie. That is a cool shot. That is the only thing. There is still to this day, by the way, people who defend the less than, like, I think exactly 1 second long scene of bento boxes falling, saying that adds something to the arc. You know, bento boxes falling down, even though, like, so, you know, the scene of Umai, like the Umai scene, people defend the scene of, like, so in the movie it's just Umai and the boxes fly up, but in the anime it's Umai, the boxes fly up and then they fly back down, and that's it. And people defend that as like, that's extra super duper new content. Ufotable's great. Ufotable is great, but not because of bento boxes falling down. So yeah, I don't know, I find that weird. But yeah, I will say though, the new scene of the friggin' the camera spinning around Enmu and Tanjiro, it just looks really cool, and I think that adding that is kind of neat. I think it's a good addition. In total, this lasts 4 seconds long, which is the least long shot of the episode. So there is that, like, the least long added shot to the episode, because there's no new scene. Again, we are now, what is this, like 4 episodes into the Mugen Train arc for the anime, and everyone was talking about, oh, there's gonna be new scenes. There has been new shots. There has been no new scene yet. And spoilers, there's no new scene in this episode either. So yeah, there's one, like, this is the least long added shot, is this 4 second loop of Enmu sort of being shocked as Tanjiro charges towards him. The next shot is of CGI Goop. It's Goop. And the CGI Goop charges towards the train. Or not charges towards the train, it slowly takes over the train, is what I meant to say. But it slowly takes over the train. And this shot lasts about a second longer than the previous one. It lasts about 5 seconds long. And it's just sort of like Goop seeping through the floorboard and through the gaps, I believe, in the windows and the roof. And it's just sort of the Goop that makes up Enmu just sort of seeping through. So you're starting to see Enmu like take over the train, even though he is the train, but you're seeing like the illusion of the train sort of fade away. And it's neat. I don't really think it adds anything, because in the movie we also see Goop take over the train. It's just now it lasts 5 seconds longer than it did before. So I mean, that's interesting, I guess, but I don't have much to say on that one. The other new scene is we actually do get more of the Nezuko fight, which I think is actually kind of cool. The only problem is it was hard to tell what was happening. So we basically like get more tentacle slashing from Nezuko during like the moment where she's trying to defend people on the train just before Zenitsu shows up to save her. Nezuko is sort of like slashing up tentacles, it lasts about an extra 10 seconds, which is pretty cool. Like, I will say, like, it's cool that they gave Nezuko more to do by just sort of making her fight longer. It's essentially just an extra, I believe, 2 shots of Nezuko sort of slashing through. They are stills. I will say, like, the only things that move are the first 2, where, like, the camera spins around Enmu and Tanjiro, and then the goop taking over the train. Everything else is still shots throughout. Like, the added scenes are all stills, right? They're not actually moving. It's just characters sort of being, like, they're just sort of, like, still images. And I believe the second part of this added shot is sort of like just tweening. So it's like, it's not actually, it's animation, but it's just tweening. Like, it's just characters like sliding across the screen. There's not much animation happening. It's just a drawing moving from one side of the screen to the other. But it's still cool that Nezuko has, like, you know, she slashes down an extra 2 tentacles, which is like, all right, that's cool, right? I will always take more Nezuko shine, and we will talk about the ending of the episode with the Taisho secret in a bit. But yeah, so there's that, right? Okay, cool, right? And then the final added scene of the episode is essentially completely useless in my opinion, but we have to go over it regardless. It's Tanjiro recapping what Rengoku literally just said to him a minute ago. But again, just with stills of the cast doing things, right? So Tanjiro and Rengoku, like when Rengoku shows up and then just like, Tanjiro Shonen, right? Like, young Tanjiro, right? Like, he shows up and then young man, right? Shows up and is like, look, here's the plan. Like, Zenitsu, the yellow one, and your sister, they're gonna fight in the back, right? So just Zenitsu and Nezuko, they're gonna fight in the back of the train, protect those 3. I'm gonna protect the 5 cars ahead, and then you and the boar head boy, Inosuke, go find the neck and kill this thing, right? So I'll take care of the other 5 cars. You guys go take care of the demon, right? And so as that happens, Tanjiro's like, damn, he's cool, right? And as the audience, you're thinking, how's he gonna defend 5 cars by himself? Because he's friggin' Rengoku, he can just do that shit. But then the literal next scene is Tanjiro saying, Rengoku's gonna protect the 5 cars, and Zenitsu and Nezuko are gonna protect the back 3, and then Inosuke and I are gonna go do the thing, right? And it's like, okay, why did you feel the need to recap that? It just happened, right? Like, I think 2 seconds go by, and then Tanjiro says that. Very unnecessary. It's 10 seconds of pure padding. Mind you, it's 10 seconds, so big who cares? But it was just purely like, that was weird. Like, that was completely unnecessary. Actually more annoyed me than anything else. But that's that. So in total, this means that the new material lasts about 29 seconds tops. So anywhere, maybe I got some milliseconds wrong, so if you want to say it was 30 seconds, go for it, but I counted 29 seconds of new material. And I think that's the lowest count yet. I think that's the lowest count for new material in the entire arc so far, which, like, oof. Yeah, so that's about it. However, I could not leave you before I talk about this. I need you to prepare yourselves for this. Swole Zuko, if you will. Yeah, so the Taisho secret this week is genuinely the best part of the episode. Because, like, again, if you're like me, and basically everybody else, you've already seen all this stuff. So the Taisho secret was, like, the big funny new thing, and that was Swole Zuko, which is gonna haunt my dreams. But Swole Nezuko was something I had not expected to see. Absolute nightmare. And Tanjiro wakes up screaming, which is really funny, and then says that sweet Nezuko's little chin looked like a butt, and that was admittedly very funny. So I have to give the episode that. That was actually really funny. And then there's the last thing, and that is the fact that the next episode is called Akaza. Now, we all know what this means. And again, I'm going to talk about Mugen Train spoilers here. So if for whatever reason you haven't watched the movie, weird decision on your part, but here we go. So yeah, Akaza shows up. We're going to have the big fight next week. I don't think we're going to get to the climactic finish, but I do think Akaza versus Rengoku next week I think that's probably going to be the halfway point of the episode. I think we're going to get Enmu trying to get Tanjiro. Rengoku talks to Tanjiro, just telling him to like sort of control his breathing, and then they're going to fight for a little bit. And then I don't think we'll get the conclusion to the arc, because I don't believe the next arc, I believe, is until December 5th. So we get next week will be the first half of the fight. The week after that will be the second half of the fight, and then on the 5th of December, so 3 weeks from now, should be the start of the brand new arc. And I'll still be talking about stuff. I'm obviously not familiar with the manga, so I can't exactly compare and contrast in that way, but, you know, I will be sort of going through and talking about the next season as it comes, right? But for now, I am still going to do this, like, what is different from the movie to the anime? Because, man, I just want to talk about Demon Slayer, and I'm sick of waiting, so I'm just going to talk about what's different from that to then, or from the movie till now. And then by the time the new season starts, hooray, we get to talk about new content. But for now, this. But for now, outro. And that's going to do it for another video for this week, everybody. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to boop that up snoot, share if you care, leave a comment down below, and of course, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and set notifications to all. Let all of AniTube know that you are here. And before we go, as always, I have to give a big thank you to my wonderful masters who help keep this channel afloat. And of course, I have to give a special thank you to the Masters of Masters, and they are Izevi, Asaki VT, Elizabeth Just Elizabeth, JCran23, Jeremy P, Matt87 Eagle, Shadow Creative, Shiorans, Stephen G, Stevie W, Trapmaster, Trevor W, and Tristan G. Thank you all so much for your continued support. It means the world to me, and if you too would like to see your name scrolling past the screen, or maybe have your voice shouted out at the end of these videos, be sure to check out that link in the description to our Patreon page, or you can hit the join button right beside the sub button. Either way helps out tremendously, and I thank you a lot for it. And yeah, that's it for me. So until next time, make sure you clean your room. It's filthy. Seriously, a clean room is a clean mind. Just think about it, okay? Anyway, bye.